Your first alert forecast with meteorologist Corey Thompson.
Good morning. The time now is 6:44. And Corey, obviously we've been talking about the snow all morning.
And more talk about snow yet to come with additional snowfall likely. We'll just talk about snow for your weather-wise question too. Why not? Let's keep it going. What's the longest streak of having at least an inch of snow on the ground in Cedar Rapids history? Was it 29 days, 44 days, 68 days, or 108 days? Of course, we are starting our streak today. One day so far, so we got a ways to go to any of those numbers, but which one is the longest? View from Cedar Rapids, high atop a building on the Mount Mercy University campus where there is plenty of snow around, looking out across the entire metro area. Temperatures in the mid-20s with winds out of the west between about 5 to 15. It's making it feel more like the low to mid-teens. So if you're headed out and about this morning, you will need to bundle up appropriately. View from the mobile weather lab, meteorologist Jan Reichert has been cruising around the Cedar Rapids metro area all morning long. We'll get another report from her coming up in just a little bit. Otherwise, your first alert highlights the potential for some additional snow as we head toward this evening. That's when we could see some new snowfall take place. That's as an area of low pressure moves in from the west. It's a smaller one and has less moisture to work with, less intense generally, but still the possibility of some new snowfall is there as we head toward this evening. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s for highs today, 25 in Charles City, 26 in Cedar Rapids, 27 in Dubuque. So all in a fairly narrow range, just close to normal for this time of year. So it's not that extreme to see these types of highs in early to mid-January. Pinpoint Futurecast otherwise, though, keeps things very gray, very cloudy as we go through the day. It's not till later this afternoon, after perhaps a few breaks in the clouds around lunchtime, that we start to see a little bit of light snow develop after about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then it begins to spread across, especially areas along and north of Interstate 80. There could be a narrower band within the snowfall that sets up and produces some heavier totals within that area, and then it starts to move away. This little system will be fairly quick moving and likely affecting us perhaps not even 12 hours in terms of how much snow we could see. So a big contrast to the last one. 1 to 3 inches of snow possible within this band. That's in this where we could see that 3-inch total within that narrower range, but that is possible just about anywhere within the bluish area. Trace to an inch outside of it. It will be lighter and fluffier, so a little bit easier to clear out as we head toward tomorrow. Otherwise, we're waiting for the next storm system right after that. Thursday looks mostly dry, maybe a few breaks in the clouds, but more clouds approach by Thursday night, and that's when more snow also enters the picture toward Friday morning. We'll likely be dealing with snowy roads as we head toward the rest of the day on Friday. In fact, travel could become quite difficult again as we are expecting another 4 to 8 inches of snow out of this system. It will likely be a little bit on the lighter, fluffier side too, especially compared to the last storm system. And so yes, we could see a bit more of the blowing and drifting with that system, likely causing hazardous travel and likely disrupting travel plans you may have for Friday into even early Saturday. That's when we will see much colder air start to rush into the region. High on Saturday, likely early in the day, and then we'll turn quite colder after that for at least a handful of days, well below normal, even below 0 for an extended period. Your weather-wise question, what's the longest streak of having at least an inch of snow on the ground in Cedar Rapids history? Variety of answers here. 29 days sounds doable, but how long was it?
I think D. I'm wondering that because that's still like a little over 3 months.
Yeah.
I think it's the big one.
I'm leaning lower. Daniel in the booth is saying 68, so I'm going to say B, 44.
Okay, we've got a lot of bases covered here, except for 29. It was the long one. It actually most recently occurred, happened twice in history, most recently in December 07 to March 08, which of course led into, Jackie just had that moment of realization that
a lot happened that year.
A lot was on the ground for a long time, and then it melted, and then we got rain, and then we got floods. Now, hopefully we're not headed that direction. Obviously, we've been very dry, so when this melts, it will be beneficial as long as it melts steadily.
Yeah, on day 1, like you said.
Yeah, we are on day 1 of the streak. We'll see how long it goes.
Thanks, Corey. Now let's go to meteorologist Jan Reichert in the mobile weather lab with a look at the roads. Jan?
Yeah, guys, we're in downtown Cedar Rapids right now. We've seen lots of different road conditions here this morning. Roads you can see in front of us right now from downtown. Generally, I'd say partly covered. There is still some slick patches out there, some of that slushy stuff, not entirely clear, but crews have been out here through the morning. We've encountered several of them this morning, getting those roads cleared off, cleaned up after all of the snow from yesterday. But know that even state-maintained roads, those ones that usually improve quickest, are still partly to completely covered across the board, and travel still not advised, in fact, along a stretch of I-80 in the Iowa City area. Here's what I-80 looks like at Coral Ridge Avenue right right now, as you can again see those slick patches kind of between lanes as you're changing lanes, coming to a stop, things like that, changing intersections. You'll see here real quick as we turn this corner in the mobile weather lab just how quickly conditions can change. Do take it easy this morning if you need to be out on the roads.